you were saying that you don't think Ben would alter his opinion because he's motivated by profit to think a certain way.
Or there's a bit of audience capture there because he's like the conservative guy, right? Yeah.
He is the conservative guy, yes. But even if facts came out that disproved everything he was saying and they were objective, axiomatic facts, he would not change his opinion. I want to know if you think that means that Ben is a bad faith political pundit.
Bad faith is there's a spectrum of bad faith, I think. I would say that anybody that is like ideological partisan has some adherence to that political ideology, and there might be some level of bad faith. But I mean, it's going to depend on how you flex it. So, for instance, I might talk to some conservatives that they will bury their head in the sand when it comes to anything that Donald Trump has done. That's the norm for conservatives. Ben will at least acknowledge it all. But then, in my opinion, if I were to say he would be bad faith in any way, I would say that the excuses that he makes for Trump are way out there that he would never make for somebody on the left. So if Biden were to say like, oh, I'm going to tell, Kamala Harris to change the election results, or I'm going to call all these states and say, hey guys, you need to change your electoral college votes. I think it would be over. I think Ben would say like, this is obviously one of the most corrupt things I've ever seen in my entire life. But I think he's actually said that about Hunter Biden, in comments relating to Hunter and Joe Biden. And it's like, okay, well, why are you so quiet on like Kushner, penning $2 billion deals with the Saudis after his place in government that in an office that Trump created for him, by the way. Like Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, isn't even involved in government. Like, I feel like there's a lot of double standards at play there. And I think it comes down to political ideology, in my opinion. But to say that Ben is bad faith, I mean, it's all in a spectrum, I would say. Yeah.
And what about Jordan Peterson?
I feel like Jordan Peterson is in the constellation of beliefs, and he's very much up there and out there. That's my feeling, yeah. But we argue quite a bit, I think, on vaccines, I think on global warming, it's out there, yeah.
Now, why do you think that each side needs a common enemy? You mentioned that on Chris Williamson, that it helps to unite people to say, this guy's bad, and we could all gear up together and say that person is causing all of our problems.
I think when you are being attacked by somebody, it just brings people together. You have a common enemy. You all feel like you've got a common struggle. You've got a common purpose. You can unite against something. You have got something in common to hate. I don't know why, but for humans, that's just a really unifying thing.
And what if there's no one to hate? Do they find somebody? Do they find something to dislike about a person?
Maybe turn on each other. I'm not sure.
I think people do generally need something, like Chris Williamson says, we keep bringing him up, run away from something as well as running to something. So it's like hating a certain group, but also loving another certain group.
Maybe, yeah.
What is your favorite debate that you participated in?
My favorite debate that I participated in. I really like things where if I do a lot of research and I acquire a lot of knowledge, it's fun. So Ukraine-Russia debates against, I think probably the most in-depth one I might have had was against Nick Fuentes. I think that was a good debate because I did a lot of research for that. I did a lot of research for like mRNA vaccines and COVID stuff. So those debates were pretty fun. I've done recently like a lot of Israel-Palestine research. At the end of the month, I'm pretty sure I'm having a 2-on-2 debate where one of my opponents is Norman Finkelstein. For another Israel-Palestine thing that Lex is going to set up, and I'm looking forward to that. I think
Are you going to be doing it with Ben? Because I saw Lex's tweet where he's like, all the people in Israel, all the people in Palestine.
I will be doing it with Ben, not Ben Shapiro, Ben Morris.
Okay, got it.
But I don't think me and Ben are not going to be super aligned on that in-depth of a conversation about Israel-Palestine, I think. Broadly speaking, we're going to be on the same side if you're like a pro-Palestinian person, but I have very, very, very harsh criticisms of Israel. They're just not going to come up unless you're really in the weeds on stuff, yeah.